Hi everyone, welcome back to video number 2. I'm glad you are here. When we last left off, we were talking about the discussion board requirement and how it keeps us really engaged in the material, and then I'll also talk about assignments. So as you can see, there's a rather long prompt here. So every week there will be a prompt related to the material we're discussing in class and sometimes current events as well. And you are required as part of the grading for the class to participate in the discussion board. So the requirements go like this. Every week, the new material for your unit becomes available by Monday morning at 8 a.m. and actually usually a couple of days ahead of time in case you want to get started early. So you have from Monday morning until Thursday night at midnight to read enough of the lecture material to be able to answer the discussion board prompt. It's not a quiz, it's just a reflection on the material that we're learning and often related to current events as well. And so you must have an opening post, your own post, by Thursday night at midnight. You are, of course, welcome to post before then, but you must do it by Thursday night at midnight. What makes a good discussion board post? Complete sentences, well thought out responses. This is not like a two-liner. This should be, it's not an essay requirement. That's why there's not like a paragraph or sentence minimum, but I want us to reflect on the material and be able to talk about it. So post number 1 is due Thursday night at midnight. Because this is a quick class and also a small class, you also must respond to at least 2 different classmates in your class. So you have to respond to somebody else's post twice. Now, that means you have to wait for them to post because you cannot read other people's posts until you post first. And also when you respond to another classmate, try not to say, I agree, period, or nice post, period. What we're looking for is some back and forth and some discussion. If you liked somebody's post, why did you like it? What was in it that you can connect with? What did they say in their post that you can relate to? If you disagree with something that they wrote, what did you disagree with and why? We will, of course, keep this conversation respectful, but there's a lot of room for respectful debate in the law. And I really, really welcome and encourage that because nobody has all the answers and nobody's 100% right and nobody's 100% wrong. And I really look forward to our discussion about that. So discussion board posts, that means you're responsible for 3 posts each unit. 1 is your opening posts and 2 are the responses. And so by the way, to get to the discussion board, you just click on discussion board here and it will open. The other way to get to it is to click on the link for discussion board on the left-hand side of your column and of your Blackboard page, and that will also take you to the discussion board. For grading purposes, last is also the assignments. As I mentioned, because it is a quick semester, there's going to be a couple of assignments each week, and they are always due the following Monday. So again, this gives you that full week for you to read all the content, post to the discussion board, respond to 2 classmates at least, you can always respond to more, and also complete your assignments all by the following Monday, at which point the new unit would all become available. So you can, of course, do your assignments early. There's no penalty for that. It's just that they're due on that Monday. It is a very quick semester. Normally, I don't like grading late assignments, period, because the law is extremely deadline driven and we need to really work on time management. Now, that being said, we are all real people and sometimes things come up. You might have to work extra hours. You or a family member may get the flu, COVID, or something like that, and you need to be able to put your attention to something other than schoolwork. And I do understand that. However, please keep in mind it is a very short semester. You cannot pass this class if you're planning on turning all of your assignments in on the last week of class. You need to be coordinated and approach your week with the goal of getting the assignments done each week. I'm pretty quick on grading them and getting them back to you right away so we can move into the next week of material. So if you ever have any questions about them, please let me know. Okay, so that's in terms of like grading and assignments. If I click back over here to the syllabus link, you can scroll down. This is actually right from our syllabus and you can kind of see an outline of the material that we have each week. So you can get an idea of, what is coming up each week of the semester and the assignments that are going to be due. And then I also have a link here for the actual particular due dates. I did forget to mention one thing. I want to go back to coursework and assignments. I want to mention how to upload assignments. If you are already familiar with Blackboard, a lot of you may know this already, but I do want to just go over how to access your homework. You can see it says assignment number 1, and it's black and highlighted and underlined, bolded and underlined. There's also a link here to a Word document. Now, you can click right on the Word document and it will open a Word document on your computer. Alternatively, and what I encourage you to do is actually click on the assignment link itself, not just the attached file, because if you click there, it will show you the due date of the assignment, the number of points that it is worth. So if you get 50 out of 50, that's like getting 100, that's an A+. If you get 25 out of 50, that's like getting an F. And then there's everything in between. And then you can actually open the assignment from here. Now, again, this will open a Word document on your computer. And this first assignment has you answer some questions in typed up fashion. So how do you get it back to me? How do I get to see it? Well, there's 2 ways. So I do want you to pay attention to this. Method number 1, you save the Word document on your own computer. Save it as a document on your own computer. And after each question, you type your answer. And then you save it. And if your name is Bob, you say Bob's assignment number 1. Save it as your own document. After you've answered all the questions on that piece of paper, you can upload it back to me. And you do it exactly how you would attach an email. You open Browse Local Files. It will pull up all of your files on your computer, and you can attach the assignment, and then you click Submit, and I see it on my end. Nobody else sees it. It only comes to me. And then I will grade it on my end, and I will write comments. I'm a big commenter, and I will send it back to you, and you will see the comments that I make. And so you'll know, if you did something well, if you didn't do something well, and you can click on, I believe you have a link called here it is, My Grades. And then you'll see, I got 48 out of 50 on the first assignment, and you'll see comments there. So whenever it's graded, it populates back to you in the gradebook. That's method number 1. Save it as your own document, upload it, and then browse local files. Now, I happen to have a PC. I think it's a Hewlett Packard. I don't have a Mac. I also don't have a Chromebook. So every once in a while, students email me a type of assignment that I just can't open. We know that Macs and PCs and Chromebooks often don't talk to each other very nicely. If I can't open your attachment, like you sent me like dot pages, for example, I can't open dot pages. I will send you a message that says just resubmit it in a different format. I won't mark it late. You won't get it. It'll say 0 in there, but that's only because I can't see it. So just resend it. Now, what is the other way to send an assignment? If you scroll down, you'll see that there is a button here called Write Submission. Okay, see that? If you click on Write Submission, you can type your answers right here. You don't need to save it as a Word document. You can just type the answers to the assignment right into Write a Submission and then click Submit, and I can also see it just fine. Either one of those is acceptable. So either upload a document or type your answers. Now, this is the trick. See what happens if I keep scrolling down? There's another box called Add Comments. Do not write your assignment in comments. Do not write it here. And I'll tell you why. This is kind of funny. See how this is a nice big box for you? When the assignment comes back to me, comments is this little tiny column on my end. And I cannot read what you put there because it's like 3 lines in a page, and it's like I have to scroll all the way down. I really hate that Blackboard does this because this looks like a super inviting box to write your assignment in, but do not. Alternatively, go up here where it says Write a Submission. You actually have to open the box, and then you can type it here. So big things. To submit your assignment, either write a submission or upload a Word document or another type of document that I can open. Comments are only if you want to tell me something. Professor, this was the best assignment ever. I loved it, loved it, loved it. You don't have to write that. You can also ask me a question or just give me feedback. You don't have to say anything. You can just upload the assignment. This is an optional column, but don't put your assignment in here. I always forget to say that. Okay, so let me cancel out of here. So again, we've talked about how the class is organized, where to find your book and your material, where to find your weekly units. Those will all be right here. I have some additional links that are optional that are just here to help you, like different web links that take you to different government resources and also legal dictionaries. I do encourage you to look up new words. The law is filled with words that we don't use on a regular basis. Lots of words. So anytime you come across a word that is new to you, that you've not read before, look it up in one of the many free legal dictionaries that are here. That's super helpful. In a few days, I will also put up a link here for information on the Paralegal Studies program for those that are in the program or have questions about it. Otherwise, that's pretty much an overview of the class. I will be monitoring a lot of current events as the class goes on, and we will have an opportunity to bring those into our discussions as well. As I mentioned, the U.S. Supreme Court term, it always ends June 30th, so that literally coincides with the end of our course. So we are watching. There are still several significant U.S. Supreme Court decisions we're waiting on, one of them involving Dobbs versus Mississippi, not Dobbs versus Mississippi, Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health, but it's the abortion rights case. There's also a gun control legislation case, and that is obviously very timely and newsworthy given the recent events in Texas. And there's a lot of other stuff we can talk about. We have midterm elections coming up this year, so a lot of senators and representatives are up for election. And then, of course, we will get into a lot of the content as well, like family law and property law and torts and criminal law. And there's just a lot for us to talk about. So I look forward to a great semester, and I really look forward to getting to know all of you through our discussion boards and through email. Welcome to the class, welcome to the program, and I will see you all on the discussion board.